Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh, here of the Sacktown Breakdown, here to give a recap of the game. Let me check the audio real quick and make sure we rolling good, because we're streaming this live. If you are listening to this on, if you're listening to the podcast version of this, you should know that we do stream this live on Twitch. The Sacktown Breakdown. So twitch.tv / the Sacktown Breakdown if you want to catch us live. On days like this, I don't know if it's as fun to catch us live because we're dealing with another loss. We just finished playing the Blazers. Kings 116, the Blazers 127. We'll run down the stats and then we'll talk about it. This one isn't as... There's not really a lot to go over, a lot to think about in this one. This is pretty straightforward on what went down, what broke down, and why it all broke down. Before we keep going forward, though, big shout out to Tabu Ohana right here underneath my palm if you're watching live on the stream. You see the chair? I'm going to spin it around for you. Tabu Ohana gaming chairs. Don't apologize. Be who you are. They're a sponsor of ours. They're always very supportive. We just finished having a very nice Cyber Monday and Black Friday, which if you use the code SKIPTC, so SKIP, T like Tom, C like Charlie, you would have gotten an extra $40 off of your chair on top of the discounts. But still go and look just in case they're still on there. We're looking to move these chairs. Thanks again, Tabu Ohana, for being a fantastic sponsor. They sponsor orphans as well, and that's like a really big part of what the company is about. So I couldn't be any happier being a part of the Tabu Ohana, which means Sacred Family. Thank you also to Computer Booter on my other side. If you're local in the Sacramento area, you can go over to Carmichael, get your electronics repaired, as well as go check out their gaming lounge. I myself am sponsored by them, and they have a dope gaming lounge. They do a lot of Super Smash Bros. Tournaments, a lot of Smash Brothers Melee, different tournaments in there. But yeah, if you need something repaired, go in there. Drop my name, Skip and Tosh. Drop the Sacktown Breakdown. Get 10% off of your gaming experience and possibly off of your repair. Hit them up and let them know. If you guys have any questions, always hit me up. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter. Find me on there, Skip and Tosh. Happy to answer all Tabu Ohana and all Computer Booter related questions for you. And check out the Computer Booter stream I'll be doing on my personal channel here soon. Got a Dreamcast right now, about to swap that in for a Sega Saturn, play some OG games, have some fun. Let's talk about something that's not so fun. Sacramento Kings versus the Blazers. Like I said, let's not belabor the point. Let's get straight to it and break it down. So here we go. All right, so this one, like I said, was pretty straightforward. 116 Sacramento Kings, 127 Blazers. We can look at the breakdown of the quarters because that's always important to do, especially since my Kings tend to have an issue with the third quarter. That bug has not completely left us yet, so we'll be talking a little bit about that. All right, so first quarter we had them beat 35-30, and that's what had us thinking that things are going to be pretty good. We had it in on them pretty nice. Excuse me while I remove some of my dramatic light. Give me just a second. I forget that not all of my scenes are set up for low light. My fault. Anywho. So we had them going at that point, and that seemed to bode well for us. We thought, hey, that's looking pretty good. Cool. Let's keep it rolling, and we might sneak out of here and win this game. That was not quite in the cards for us as we move over, and then next they completely flip-flopped it on us. So 35-30 in the first quarter. Second quarter, we scored 29. They scored 36. And of course, the tale of the third quarter. We scored 31, they scored 34, and then they put us away in the fourth quarter. We scored 21, they scored 27. Game leaders, of course, we got Rashawn Holmes on our team. Rashawn Holmes just continues to be worth his weight in gold. Probably one of the most valuable contracts in the NBA right now. 28 points for him, 33 points for CJ McCollum, 10 rebounds. So of course, he had a double-double. 16 rebounds for Hassan Whiteside on the Blazers. 7 assists for Buddy Hield. Dame, look at it, Dame. 10 assists. That's not exactly where Dame usually ends up. And then Nemanja Bjelica with 2 blocks, 1 steal. CJ McCollum with 4 blocks, 1 steal. And he had 2 early blocks on Buddy Hield, which I was just like, Buddy Hield, you letting CJ McCollum just, like, you being that predictable, bruh? My goodness. And then the team stats is where we really start to see some of the game take shape. So as far as field goal percentage, we shot 46.3% from the field. We had 95 shots. They took less shots, but they shot 10% higher at 56% flat. Three-point shooting, we shot 32% from 3, 11 to 34. They only made 5 more, but shot 2 less. 16 of 32, so they shot 50% from 3. You could see you let a team shoot 50% from 3. Chances are you ain't on the W side. Free throws, we actually went to the line. We did a pretty good job of getting to the line this time around. We went to the line 23 times. We made 17 to 23, so 73 from field goal, but they only missed 4, which put them at 17 for 21, 81%. They had 2 more assists than us at 28 to our 26. We out-rebounded them by 1, believe it or not, with Hassan Whiteside's rebounds. So 44 to 41 offensive rebounds. We had them beat considerably. 13 to their 6. Steals, we had them by 1, 7 to their 6. Blocks, they had us by 3. 10 blocks to our 3. And then turnovers, that's what we did really good at. We only had 10 turnovers. They had 12. They did really good too. They only had 12. We had 10. So all that went pretty good. Stats. Let's look at theirs first. Always pause this if you guys need to take a deeper look. CJ McCollum, 37 minutes. He had 33 points. He was 14 to 22 from the field, 5 of 10 from 3. So there goes 50% from him alone. He was a plus 18, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 4 blocks, like we said before. Dame with the Dame time, he played the same amount of minutes, 24 points. He took 10 less shots, so he was a lot more efficient. But CJ made 7 more, so they balanced out well enough. Dame was 7 to 12. He was 4 of 6 from 3, lighting it up. So he was over 50% from 3. Goodness gracious. That's weird. CJ either didn't get to the line or he didn't shoot any at the line. Dame was 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Plus 14 for Dame. 4 rebounds, like I said, 10 assists. 4 turnovers for him, but 2 steals and a block. Hassan Whiteside in his 33 minutes had 22 points, so that's great for him. He was 8 of 10 from the field, which is fantastic. He went to the line. He made 6 of his 8 free throws. He was a plus 7. Had 16 rebounds, so that's a monster of a double-double, 22 and 16. And look, he had 7 assists, too. If he had 3 more, he would have had a triple-double with blocks. You know, that's a throwback to like 3 seasons ago when he had a triple-double with blocks. Anyway, 2 turnovers, 3 blocks, so he did have some blocks, and 3 fouls. Carmelo, 35 minutes. Melo did good. 20 points, 8 of 16, so he's 50% from the field, 50% from 3 with 2 of 4. Hit both of his free throws, plus 15. Had 5 rebounds, only 1 turnover and 1 block. Ronnie Hood in his 33 minutes, he only contributed so much. Most of it was probably diverted to defense, but 33 minutes, 6 points. He did hit both of his threes, and that was where his points came from. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover. Kent Bazemore put up 15 in his 22 minutes, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. Again, there goes those 3-pointers. Everybody, literally everybody on the team except for 2 people, Simons and Little, everybody else shot 50% from free throw from 3 or higher. Everybody. Bazemore had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Little had 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Anthony Simons only had 3 points. He's struggling a little bit in this game, but he did have 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover. And dang, he fouled out. Okay, well, that's probably why. He had a bunch of fouls. Yeah, 6 fouls. He fouled out. And then Scal in his 14 minutes, and I do miss Scal. I do. I liked Scal, but he's not doing a whole heck of a lot. In his 14 minutes, he didn't even try to shoot anything. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. So that's good that he had a block. He's basically just a body in there. I don't know how much longer Scal's going to be in the NBA playing like that. I don't know how much longer he's going to be on that team. We'll go over to the Kings. 33 minutes for Sean Holmes, had 28 points. He was 11-14 from the field. His field goal percentage must be monstrous. Like we should probably go and check his field goal percentage a little bit later because it's probably good. He had 10 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 5 fouls, of course. Very active on defense. Buddy Hield in his 40 minutes had 23 points, 8 of 24. Buddy has been chucking. Buddy has been getting his Kobe on. I mean, like, that dude is just throwing shots up left and right. My goodness gracious, buddy. Anywho. Within that, he did have 7 rebounds and also had 7 assists, which is awesome. He had 2 steals. Nemanja Bjelica in his 27 minutes did very good. 17 points, 3 of 7 from 3. Oh, yeah, by the way, Buddy was 3 of 12 from 3. All those incentives, he's shooting himself right outside of those. He's going to have to learn to balance. Nemanja also had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, did have 3 turnovers, but 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Corey Joe did better on the offensive side in his 32 minutes, had 11 points this time, 4 of 10 from the field. He did hit one of his 2 3-pointers, hit both of his free throws, had 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 turnover. Harrison Barnes, he's the one that really struggled tonight, and that's probably a big reason. Now, and why Harrison Barnes struggled? I'll tell you why. Main reason is because we weren't really getting him involved. Like, he should have been taking a lot more shots. I mean, it was Carmelo Anthony guarding him. Why are we not, getting him more looks? In his 34 minutes, he had 8 points. He was 3 of 9 from the field. He missed his 1 3-pointer. He's a minus 20. Of course, I'm not a big plus-minus fan. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, only 1 foul. We just straight up weren't utilizing our hottest player because he's been the hottest. We got Yogi Ferrell in his 15 minutes had 13 points. So thank you, Yogi. 5 of 7 from 3, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Hit most of his free throws, 2 of 3. 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Trevor Ariza played 35 minutes. He had 11 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. That's a lot of 3-pointers for Trevor Ariza. But he did play 35 minutes, though, so got to bear that in mind. He did have 6 rebounds. Hey, Lost Sheep with the host. Good look, Lost Sheep. I forgot that we had that stuff set up. I got to go set up the sounds in there. Lost Sheep with the assist, okay? With the J Will assist. I appreciate you, Lost Sheep. Ya boys. Yes, sir. And Trevor Ariza also had 2 blocks and a steal. So there you go. Dwayne Dedmon played 13 minutes. He had 5 points. He hit one of his 3s. 4 rebounds, 2 blocks, which is awesome. And then Justin James also struggled in this game. He did play 7 minutes, but he didn't hit any of his field goals. He did have 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. He was trying to give it all on defense, but Dame and CJ were just kind of playing him. And but one of the best plays of the game, this dude Carmelo had Justin James on him as a mismatch. He spun off of him, pushed him, and then just tried to demoralize him and dunk on him. You know, Melo old school NBA. He liked to get in your head, and he spun and he went up to yak on him, and then Dwayne Dedmon just came up straight up and just, nope, no, sir. And Melo even ended up on the rim with no ball, just hanging there. Oh, that was beautiful. That was the best play of the game on the Kings side, in my personal opinion. A very apparent name that y'all did not hear me mention was Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdan Bogdanovic did not play this game. He was he's already injured with the hamstring strain that he had been playing through off and on, mostly on. But he had a knee contusion. I didn't find out how. It must have been practice or something, maybe from the last game. I'm not entirely sure, but had a knee contusion, didn't play. And that was pretty much all she wrote for us. We stuck around actually pretty good. We stuck around into the end, and towards the end, game time. Dame and CJ just pushed on the gas, left us in the dust, and we just didn't have enough people that can get a bucket. Shot wasn't falling enough either. There was some tactical things, some little adjustments that I felt like we could have made, but I'll be honest with you, it was just a case of the better team winning tonight. Not that the Blazers played a perfect game, but they played the game the way it's supposed to be played in order to win. They kept their foot on our throats enough, especially after we let off the gas. Because remember, we left the first quarter up by 5, but they did the right thing. They did what everybody knows they should do playing against us right now. They game planned on Buddy, and we didn't get Harrison Barnes involved enough, and I felt like we could have even got Nemanja involved a little bit more on the perimeter, just getting him more threes because of how far he shoots them. So the range, he's able to get back on defense too, and he shoots them at a very decent clip, very efficient. I felt like it would have been a better idea to get him involved a little bit more. Our screens were a little bit better. We still had a bit of some soft screens and whatnot, but fact of the matter is we just didn't have what it takes as far as scoring. So that's pretty much where we ended up. I'm trying to do a thing where we look ahead to the next game. So let's see who we got next. So next we got San Antonio on Friday. That's going to be a rough one. It is a 5:30 game if you're on Pacific time. If I look at them, I think they kind of been rolling lately. They just did have that big comeback win, a very controversial big comeback win against the Rockets, where James Harden had that dunk that went in. It was a dunk, but the net made it loop back over, and it looked like it missed it. And the refs weren't paying enough of attention, so they ruled it a miss. And then the Spurs came back and ended up winning by 2. That would have had the game be tied. So I hear they're going to appeal it, and the last so many minutes of that game might get replayed again next time those teams play each other, which would be very interesting. But in December, okay, so Pistons lost to Detroit, and then they won, and they lost bad to Detroit, and then they won against Washington. So we'll see how it ends up, but I'm not entirely sure exactly how things are going to pan out with us going on this road trip and Bogi being out. Fox is still going to be out for a while. We got the health update report just saying that he's going to be reevaluated, and then Bags as well. Bags is also still out with his thumb injury, so it's going to be a long, hard road for us Kings. Let me look at the standings real quick too, just to see where we're at, so we can go back over there real quick. So let's see. We'll get out of there. We'll go to today's games. Yeah, we can go to today's games. Why not? Did you not take me to today's games? There we go. NBA standings. We'll take a quick look at the records. Might as well. So playoffs overall. Let me go over. So as of right now, so with this win tonight, Portland goes up to the 9th spot. Phoenix is still in the 8th spot. Oklahoma, we're tied for the 10th spot. Sacramento Kings and Oklahoma. And then, of course, the Spurs are right below us. So the Spurs still got a little ways to go before they get to us. And there's a significant enough drop-off, obviously, after the Spurs with Memphis and whatnot. I don't think Memphis will catch up. And they would like to not catch up for draft pick purposes. We're still in it. We're not all the way out of it. Phoenix is kind of behind on some games. Us and Portland have played more games than Phoenix has. So once Phoenix starts going, we'll see where they're at. Minnesota is at 500. And they seem to be playing well enough to stick around there. So they might stay in that 8th seed. But if you could see, 500 is obviously not a winning record, not a losing record. You're right there. And then Phoenix has dropped off. So whoever gets in that AC might not necessarily have a winning record. And in Minnesota, anything can happen, and they may end up falling a little lower. We'll see. Dallas, my goodness, playing those games the way that they've been playing, that just trips me out, what they've been doing over there. Goodness gracious, Luka. And then Utah, actually, I figured that they would be a little bit higher, but they've been having some woes and just kind of chemistry issues and whatnot, which I think they'll get together. They'll be battle-hardened and ready by the time the playoffs come. But us, we're not out of it. We're not out of it, but we need to get Fox and Bagley back. We have to get back to that point where we have people that, frankly, are just unguardable, and they have to be also bought into our system, so that way, they cohesively work with the rest of the team in this defensive identity that we've come to find. Now, here's what's not so great, and I will share this with y'all. And let's go over to that real quick. So, I'm not so sure how good our defense is really going to do us. We have to learn how to play half court, and we have to learn defense. I get it. I'm not opposed to it, but here's the issue with that, though. So if you come and you look over, let's see, scroll a little bit. Let's go to schedules and results. Actually, we can just stay here. That's totally fine. If you look at offensive rating, we're 21st. We're 21st in the league. But if you look at defensive, we're 20th. So these games, mathematically, it makes sense why we're at where we're at, because our defense, we're playing better defense, but our defense hasn't gotten that much better. That's the weird thing. We are, defensive rating, again, we're at 20th. And matter of fact, at the end of last year, I think we ended somewhere around Go Bulls, Kings, whatever. Oh, that sign with Jesus build a wall. Good trip, Lost Sheep. Oh yeah, the little ad over there. Yeah, there's little ads in the app, man. There's something else. But our defense hasn't gotten that much better. And like I said, I think we ended the season being around 17. Harrison Barnes came and made our defense better. So as of right now, we're a little bit worse than we were before. And then offensive rating, we were higher than we were before last year. Last year we had a higher offensive rating, not much higher. So I'm not sure. Obviously, it's going to take Fox and Bagley having to come back, and they're going to have to beast up, and then Bogdanovich has got to be healthy. Everybody's got to be healthy in order for us to have any kind of chance, because anything short of that, it's not gonna be it. Anyway, I won't make it take too long. I just wanted to come in here and do this with y'all, so I appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm gonna wrap up the podcast. I might play a game of NBA 2K. So if you guys are watching live on Twitch, then you get to see that. If you guys are listening to the podcast, tune in live on Twitch and watch me play a little bit of NBA 2K. Anywho, I appreciate y'all being here. It's your boy Skip. Your boy Tap will be with you when he can. He's always here in spirit. Been holding it down, but he's working a crazy schedule right now. So I'm gonna be covering these games as much as I can for him till he comes back. All right, y'all. Actually, I think I'm gonna go over to my channel. I'm gonna go over to my channel and play. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go over to my channel and play. So, Skip and Tosh, you just find me. Shoot, do I got the link in here? I think I got the links. I think I'm gonna go over to my channel and play. Skip link, bam, there it is. So if you guys wanna hit that up and then meet me over there, I'll be over there momentarily. All right, appreciate y'all. See us next time. See us on Friday. Go Kings.